Hello students, welcome to Machine Design 1. In the previous classes, we have solved certain problems uh, based on certain problems to find out the velocity of the links based on two methods. One is instantaneous center method and another one is relative velocity method. Okay. In this class, we are going to draw acceleration diagram. Earlier, we found the velocity of the links. In this class, we are going to find out the acceleration of the link. First of all, what is the velocity? Velocity means rate of change of distance per time. That is called as velocity. What is acceleration? Rate of change of velocity per time. That is called as acceleration. Okay. If you differentiate displacement, you will get the um, velocity value. If you once again differentiate the velocity value with respect to time, you will get the acceleration value. Okay, so let us move to the problem. um, Anyway, in this method, first of all we have to draw the velocity diagram, and then from velocity diagram we have to find out certain values. Using that value we are going to draw the acceleration diagram. Okay, to draw that velocity diagram we are going to use relative velocity method. Okay, let us read the question first. The dimensions and the configuration of the 4-bar mechanism shown in figure are as follows. So here they given the dimension value for the given figure. First of all, P1A. P1A. P1A is a crank. Okay, P1A is a crank. Crank length is 300 mm. P2B 360 mm. P2B is lever. This point to this point 360 mm. AB. AB is a connecting rod. Length is 360 mm. P1, P2. Distance between fixed links P1 and P2 is 600 mm. The angle between A, P1, P2. This angle A, P1, P2. This angle is 60 degree. Okay. So they are given the 4-bar chain mechanism. They are given the 4-bar chain mechanism. So they are given the 4-bar chain mechanism. First to draw this space diagram. Okay. First to draw this space diagram. Put the title as space diagram. Okay. Put the title as space diagram and draw this 4-bar chain mechanism according to the dimension. Draw this 4-bar chain mechanism according to the dimension. Okay. So 300 mm means 30 centimeter. You can't draw 30 centimeter line in your note or drawing sheet. Okay. And one more thing, better solve this problem using a A3 sheet, that is drawing sheet, because you have to draw three diagrams: space diagram, velocity diagram, acceleration diagram, and you have to draw everything in one page. Okay, so if you have a drawing sheet means it will be nice and better, because we have to compare the values and then we have to draw relative lines. So if you have a A3 sheet or drawing sheet, better use that. Don't draw it in the normal long size note. You won't get enough space to draw the entire diagram. Okay. And one more thing, you should have a drafter scale in your hand. You should have a drafter scale in your hand. Then only you can draw perpendicular lines. Okay. Otherwise, it is very difficult to draw perpendicular lines. So have a drafter scale in your hand and have all the drawing equipments like a scale, pencil, and then if possible also have a set square, projector, okay, compass. Have everything in your hand, then you can draw it quickly. Okay. I'm going to explain it step by step, so it might took more time, but often if you solve problem means you can solve this whole problem in 20 minutes. Okay, practice makes perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. So often have a practice on solving this problem. Okay. We will start. So first you have to draw the space diagram. uh, You can't draw this 30 centimeter line, 36 centimeter line, 36, because 360 mm means 36 centimeter line. So you can't draw like that. So better you do one thing. You scale it. You scale it like this. Scale 1 centimeter equal to keep it like 100 units. 1 centimeter equal to 100 units. Okay. So if it is 300 mm means you have to draw 3 centimeter line. If it is 360 mm means you have to draw 3.6 centimeter. Again 360 mm means 3.6 centimeter. 600 mm means 6 centimeter line. Do you understand? Because I kept 1 centimeter as 100 unit. Okay. I kept like 1 centimeter equal to 100 mm. Okay. That is the meaning of it. So draw this space diagram. Okay. Draw the space diagram according to the dimension. First draw this P1, P2. Okay, first draw a straight line, 6 centimeter line, and then keep your projector and take 60° and draw this 3 centimeter line, and from here take your compass, from this point, take 3.6 centimeter and make an arc, and then from this point also 3.6 centimeter, make an arc, you will get point B. Okay, so connect everything, so you are getting this space diagram, 4-bar chain mechanism. Now space diagram is over. Now let us read the question further. They given some values, certain values. Angular velocity equal to 10 radian per second. Angular acceleration equal to 30 radian per second square. Both are in clockwise direction. Okay. That is P1A has a angular velocity of 10 radian per second. So this is P1A. This is P1A. The angular velocity is 10 radian per second. Okay. And angular acceleration is 30 radian per second square. Determine the angular velocities and the angular acceleration P2B and AB, and the velocity and the acceleration of the point B. Okay. So given, first write given. What are the given values? Given values are omega P1A. Then what they have given? They have given the acceleration value. For acceleration value, symbol is alpha. Acceleration value is, what acceleration they give? Acceleration of the P1A. Okay. You have to mention these values. For acceleration, you have to mention it in small letter. Okay, right. Further. So now we have the angular velocity of P1A, and then acceleration, angular acceleration, not acceleration. Angular acceleration of P1A. What we have to find out? Let me write it here. What we have to find out? We have to find out the angular velocities and angular acceleration of P2B. Then what else we have to find? We have to find out the P2B AB. Then we have to find out acceleration of a point B. For acceleration, symbol is A. Okay. So these are the things we have to find out. These are the things we have to find out. Okay. Let us proceed. Put solution and start writing. So they given in the previous cases, the velocity diagrams, incident center method, in those cases, every time they used to give the speed of crank P1A. They used to give the speed, and we used to find out the angular velocity. I am just recalling, okay. We used to find out the angular velocity. Angular velocity is 2 pi n by 60. Like that we have to find out angular velocity. Then we used to find out the velocity of the crank. But in this case, they have directly given the angular velocity. We should find out the velocity of P1A. Velocity of P1A is angular velocity of P1A into distance between P1A. So angular velocity is 10 radian per second, and distance between P1A is 300 mm. 300 mm means 0.3 meter. So the velocity is 3 meter per second. So we got the velocity of VP1A. We have the velocity value. VP1A is 3 meter per second. Now we have to go for velocity diagram. So here you can see I got the velocity value. Velocity value Vp1A, otherwise Va equal to omega. This is omega. Okay. Angular velocity of AP1 into length of P1A, that is 10 into 0.3, 3 meter per second. Now we have to draw the velocity diagram. Okay. Now we have to draw velocity diagram. Put the title as velocity diagram. So first we have to write the scale value. Okay. Scale wait, let me erase it and write it properly. So we are going to draw this phase diagram. Look carefully. Scale it 1 centimeter equal to, since it is 3 only, no, so it's a small value, so I am directly taking 1 centimeter equal to 1 meter per second. Okay, so first of all fix the fixed points. Okay, fixed point is fixed. What are the fixed points? Wait, it's loading. So fixed points are P1 and P2. Okay, these 2 points are fixed points. P1 and P2 are fixed points. Other points are movable points. Okay, so P1 and P2. First of all, you have to fix P1, P2, and then what you have to do? You have to draw a perpendicular line to P1A for this line. Okay, you have to draw because the arrow mark is shown in the downward direction, that is clockwise. So first of all P1A is 3 meter per second. Okay, velocity of P1A is 3 meter per second. So draw 3 centimeter line that should be perpendicular to P1A. So first perpendicular line for P1A has been drawn. Okay, in the downward direction. Since it is in downward direction, that is clockwise, since it is in clockwise, this line, this 3 meter per second velocity line has been drawn perpendicular to P1A. See, this is from P1 P2, P1A line has been drawn perpendicular to P1A. Okay, for this line it is a perpendicular line. Okay, now P1A has been drawn. Next, what is the next link? Next link is AB. Next link is AB. So from point A, draw perpendicular to perpendicular line to AB. Okay, draw a perpendicular line to AB on both sides of A. Okay, so I have drawn a perpendicular line. I have drawn this line, this perpendicular line here. Okay, I have drawn the line here. After drawing it, I have to draw a perpendicular line for P2B from P2. I have the point P2 here. So draw this perpendicular line. So now this line and this line meeting point is point B. Okay, so now velocity diagram is over. So velocity diagram is over. See, velocity diagram, you have to mention these points in small letter. See, small a, small b. So you have to mention these points. You have to mention all these points in small letter. In space diagram, we have mentioned all the points in capital letter. Okay, right? We got all the points. Next, we have to draw the acceleration diagram. Space diagram, first we have drawn, next we have drawn velocity diagram, next we have to draw the acceleration diagram. Before we draw the acceleration diagram, we have to find out certain values. Okay, see, before we draw the velocity diagram, we have to find the velocity value of P1A. Okay, with the velocity of P1A only, we have drawn other lines. Similarly, before we start drawing the acceleration diagram, we have to find out certain acceleration value. Okay, the before we proceed to acceleration diagram, you should know one thing. In velocity diagram, all the lines are drawn perpendicular. In velocity diagram, all the lines are drawn perpendicular. Okay, but in acceleration diagram, you have to draw one parallel line and one perpendicular line for each link. In velocity diagram, you have drawn only one perpendicular line for all the links. This line is for P2B. This perpendicular line is for AB. This perpendicular line is for P1A. Okay, in velocity diagram. But in acceleration diagram, you have to draw two lines. One is perpendicular line and another one is parallel line. Okay, so name of the perpendicular line is, they used to call that as tangential compound. Tangential compound. Tangential component means it should be perpendicular. It should be perpendicular. Okay, it should be perpendicular. One more thing is radial component. So two components are there. One is tangential component. Another one is radial component. Radial component means the line should be parallel to the link. Tangential component means the line is perpendicular to the link. Line is perpendicular to the link. Radial component means line is parallel to the link. Okay, so if you have three links means you will get around for every link you will have two components. Okay, so if it is a perpendicular line means tangential acceleration compound. Parallel means radial acceleration component. Okay, for tangential acceleration component, the symbol is AT. Sorry, AT, like this, AT. For radial, symbol is AR. Okay, for tangential, symbol is AT. For radial, symbol is AR. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, sir, you might have one more doubt. Sir, for all the links we have drawn perpendicular line. For piston, we used to draw we used to draw parallel lines. Okay, for piston we used to draw parallel lines. In acceleration diagram also, for piston you have to draw parallel lines. So we have two components, tangential and radial. We have to find the radial value, radial component value for each link we have to find. Okay. So first of all, first link is P1A. So radial component of P1A. Radial component of P1A. Then we have to find out radial component of AB. Then we have to find out radial component of BP2. Without these values we can't produce. We can't proceed to next step. Okay. Without these values we can't proceed to next step. So first P1A radial value. P1A radial value. The formula for that is velocity of P1A divided by length of P1A. Next, similarly here, velocity square of EB then divided by length of EB. Similarly here also, velocity square of BP2 divided by length of BP2. So velocity of AP1. Velocity of AP1 is 3 meter per second. That we know. So 3 square divided by P1A. P1A is 300 mm. 300 mm means 0.3 meter. You have to write it in meter. Okay. Here also AB. Velocity of AB. You have to measure the length of this distance. Okay. You have to measure the length of this distance. That is the velocity of AB. So if you measure the distance means velocity of AB is 2.05 meter per second. So 2.05 square divided by 2.05 square divided by what is the length of AB? AB length is 360 mm. 360 mm means 0.36. Okay, you will get answer. Similarly, velocity of BP2. So measure the distance between BP2. This distance. This is velocity of VB. Okay. So measure the distance and write it here. That distance is 2.2 meters. So divided by the length of BP2 is 360 mm. 360 mm means 0.36 meter. So calculate 9 divided by 0.3. Okay, you will get I think 30 meter per second square. Similarly, you will get values for here. Okay, you have to, this is meter per second square. So we got radial value. We got a radial value for all the component. Okay, we got radial value for all the component. I told you every link has two components, one radial, one tangential. For AP1, one radial, one tangential. AB, one radial, one tangential. And BP2, one radial and one tangential. But one exception. What is the exception means? For the crank, this is the crank, no? AP1. For the crank, if they given the angular acceleration in the question, if they given the angular acceleration means it will have the tangential acceleration component. Okay, wow. If they didn't give the angular acceleration of the crank means then it will not have the tangential component. Listen carefully. In the question, if they give the angular acceleration of crank means then it will have the tangential component. Okay, but then it will have the tangential component. In the question, if they didn't give the value of this alpha angular acceleration means then it will not have the tangential acceleration component. For only crank this condition apply. Okay, for remaining links it will have radial component and tangential component. For remaining all the links it will have one radial and one tangential, one radial and one tangential. But for crank definitely it will have radial component, but if they given the alpha value then will have tangential component. If they didn't given the alpha value means then it will not have the tangential component value. Okay, in this question whether they given the alpha value or they didn't given the alpha value, let's check the question. They have given the alpha value for crank. Angular acceleration of the crank is 10 radian per second square. Crank means that here they are given. No? The crank P1A has angular acceleration of 30 radian per second square. So in this question they are given the angular acceleration value. So definitely this crank is having radial component. What is the radial component which we got? Radial component is 30 meter per second square. 30 meter per second square. So since they are given the angular acceleration, it is going to have a tangential component also. It is going to have the tangential component also. For tangential component, formula is angular acceleration of P1A into distance of P1A. So what is the angular acceleration of P1A? 30 radian per second square into distance of P1A is 0.3 meter, that is 300 mm. 300 mm, no? 300 mm means 0.3 meter. So the answer is 9 meter per second square. So tangential component of the crank is P1A tangential. Okay, so how many values we have now? We have the radial and tangential component of P1A we have. Okay, va? And we have the radial component of AB and we have the radial component of B2. Okay, still what value we don't have? We don't have the value of tangential component of AB we don't have, and tangential component of B2 we don't have. We have the radial component of AB, we have the radial component of BB2, but we don't have the tangential component. Okay, so we don't have these values, but we have the remaining values. Using this, we have to draw the acceleration diagram. Okay, let me erase everything and then I will show the next thing. Meanwhile, you just recollect the things. Okay. In few seconds I will start the class again. Okay, right. Nearly I have erased everything. So remember, we have two acceleration component. One is radial component, another one is tangential component. Okay, two acceleration component. One is radial and another one is tangential component. For radial acceleration component, formula is velocity square divided by link length. Okay, velocity square divided by link length. That is the formula for radial. For tangential component, formula is angular acceleration into length. Now let us start drawing the diagram. As usual, fix the fixed point. Fix the fixed point. Fix the fixed point. Okay, I have fixed the fixed point. First of all, you have to draw the radial line of. See, we have. I am telling again. We have several lines we have to draw. Okay, so I will write it first. Then I will draw. Okay, radial line for P1A. Tangential line for P1A. Okay, then radial line for AB. Then tangential line for AB. Then I have to draw radial line for BP2. Then tangential line for BB2. What are the values I have? I have this value, I have this value, I have this value, I have this value. I don't have this and this value. Okay, I have to draw totally 6 lines. Out of 6, I have the value for 4 lines. I don't have the value for 2 lines. Okay, first I have to start from the crank P1A. For crank, first of all I have to draw the radial line. Remember, radial line means parallel to the link. Okay, parallel to the link. Tangential line means perpendicular to the link. First of all I am going to draw P1A radial line. Okay, so radial line, in the acceleration diagram I have to draw it in the downward direction. So here I have the P1 P2 point. Here I have the P1 P2 point. So I have to draw this line, radial line, in the downward direction. Okay, the value of the radial line is 30 meter per second square. So I have to scale it first. Because 30 centimeter line I can't put. So scale it. I can scale like 1 centimeter equal to 3 meter per second square. Okay, so if I have 30 meter per second square means here I have to draw 10 centimeter line. Okay, first I am drawing a line parallel to AP1 in the downward direction. From P1, just to draw the, here you can could you see this dotted line? You have to draw the dotted line. Here only you have to draw dotted line. I have drawn the radial line. See, radial line for AP1 I have drawn the red line. Okay, so I have marked it as X. Okay, so first line is over. Next line, so this line is over. I have drawn this line. Okay, second line is tangential line. Okay. Second line. Second line is tangential line. Tangential line you have to draw perpendicular. Okay, you have to draw perpendicular to the particular radial line. So I am drawing a perpendicular line. The tangential line value is 9 meter per second. 9 meter per second square means 1 centimeter go to 3 meter per second. So 9 means you have to draw 3 centimeter line. So from this point I have drawn a perpendicular line. I got, so this is point A. One radial, one tangential. Now only I got point A. So this is point A, and remember, in space diagram you have written everything in capital letter. In velocity diagram you have written everything in small letter. So in acceleration diagram you have to use small letter with a dash. A dash, A dash. So first I have drawn the radial line for crank, then I have drawn the perpendicular line for crank, and I got point A. Okay, so radial line means parallel to AP1. Okay, but in the reverse direction, in the downward direction. Remember, in acceleration diagram, in the down, because they are shown in clockwise, no, clockwise it is looking downward, so I am drawing the downward direction, drawing it in the downward direction. Okay, because this arrow is shown in downward, so I am drawing a downward line. Okay, so I have drawn the downward line. After that I have drawn the uh, tangential line. Tangential line, since it is in this direction, I am drawing the tangent line in this direction. Otherwise I would have drawn in the opposite direction. Okay, so I have drawn the tangential line in this direction, and I got A. I got A. So first point I got. Remember, the point between radial and the tangential line, you have to mark that as X. Okay, the point between radial and the tangent line, you have to mark that point as X. Okay, so point A I got. From point A, what is the link? AB. From point A, AB link is there. Where is it? So this line drawn, this line drawn. Okay, now AB, this line I have to draw. AB value is 11.67, around 12. So 1 centimeter is 3 meter per second, means second square, means here I have 11.67, around 12. 12 means it will be like 3.9, because 11.6, no, 11.61 means it will be around 3.9 or 3.8. So you have to draw 3.8 centimeter line from point A. From point A, see here AB, here AB in this direction, AB is in this direction. So I have to draw in the acceleration diagram radial line in the opposite direction. So where is point A? So this is point A. So draw a parallel line, draw this line, draw a parallel line in the opposite direction, okay, 3.9 centimeter line I have drawn, and mark point Y. Here I have marked that point as X, so here it is Y. You can name as your wish, but if you name XY, that means it will be nice. Okay, so mark this point as Y, and after this we have to draw the tangential line. But I don't have the tangential value. So you just draw a perpendicular line. In both direction. You just draw the perpendicular line in both direction. Okay, sure, right. We'll move to next. So next link is P2B. P2B, it starts from P2. P2 is a fixed point, and I have the fixed point here, P2. Okay, so P2B radial value. Where is the P2B radial value? P2B radial value. Here I have P2B radial value 13.4. 13.4 means if you divide it with 3 means you will get around around 4.9, around 4.8 or 4.9. 4.8, I think so. Okay, 13.44 divided by 3, you will get 4.8. So from this point, it is in this, it is P2B is in the upward direction. So I have to draw the parallel line in the downward direction. So I have drawn the parallel line. I have drawn the parallel line in the downward direction. This is the parallel line. So here I have P2 radial, A radial, P2B in the downward direction, because here link is in upward direction. So here I have drawn in the downward direction. Okay. Next I have to draw the tangential line. Next I have to draw the tangential line. Just to draw perpendicular line to that radial. I don't know it will be in which direction. Just to draw the tangential line in both direction. But here if we draw the tangential line in this direction, means it is crossing the already drawn tangential line for BA at this point. So this is point B. This is point B. Okay. So I got point A, point B. I got all the points. I got all the points. Now join A, B and P1, P2. See, now join. I have a point A dash here. I have a point B dash here. Okay, A dash here, P dash here, and P1, P2 here. So join these points. Okay. See, the radial line, tangential line, you have to draw in dotted lines. Radial line and tangential line, you have to draw in dotted lines. These lines you have to draw in bold line. You have to draw in continuous lines. Okay. Remaining radial and tangential, you have to draw in dotted lines. Don't draw everything in a continuous line. If you draw everything in continuous line, means your diagram will look like a mess. Okay. Don't draw everything in continuous line. Radial line and tangential line should be in dotted lines, and connect P1BA with the continuous line. Okay. What is the question they have asked? What is the question they have asked? They have asked us to find the angular velocities and the angular acceleration of P2B and AB. First of all, let us find the angular velocity of P2B. Okay. Let me write it here. Angular velocity of P2B, angular velocity of AB. Okay. Angular velocity means velocity of P2B divided by length of P2B. Similarly, angular velocity of AB means velocity of AB divided by length of AB. From the velocity diagram, you just measure the distance between P2B. You measure this distance and write it here, divided by P2B. P2B is 360 mm, that is 3.6. Sorry, 0.36. Write down this P2B value here and divided by 0.36, you will get angular velocity of P2B. Similarly, angular velocity of AB is the length of AB is 360, means 0.36 meter, and where is AB? So this is the AB from velocity diagram. Measure the length of AB, you will get the velocity of AB. Write it here and divided by 0.36, you will get the angular velocity of AB. Okay. What else we have to find? We have to find out the angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. For angular acceleration, measure the acceleration of, measure the acceleration of P2B and divided by the, here also acceleration of AB and divided by length of AB. Measure the length of P2B here. Where is P2? This is P2. P2B. Measure this length. Okay. Measure this P2B length. Okay. You will get some value. And remember, you have to multiply that value with the scale. Scale is 3 meter per second square. So suppose if you get around 12 means you have to multiply 12 with 3 and write it here. Then length of P2B is 0.36 meter. No, write it here. Similarly here AB. Where is AB? This is AB. Suppose if you got AB as around 4 or 4 means, suppose just imagine you got the AB value as 4.5 means, then multiply 4.5 with the scale. Scale is 3 and write it here. Then AB length is 0.36 divided by 0.36. You will get acceleration value of angular acceleration value of AB. What else you have to find out? We have to find out acceleration. One more point. Acceleration at A. Acceleration at A. Okay, that is acceleration of P1A. That's all. That is acceleration at A. So measure this P1 to A. Measure this distance and multiply it with 3. This scale value 3 and write it here. That's all. We got all the answers. This is how we have to solve this problem. Okay. See, watch this video carefully and solve the problem side by side. Okay, take the A3 sheet and solve it side by side. While watching itself, solve the problem. Okay. In the next class, we will solve this problem.